Today I'm going to be unboxing and giving you a first look at the MSI Z690 Edge Wi-Fi, and this is the DDR5 version that I have. Taking a look at everything that comes with our motherboard in the box. So we've got our user guide, a quick installation guide, and some registration information. We've got various bits of paperwork, we've got 2 sets of stickers, our case badge, and 2 clips for securing M.2 SSDs. We've got a brush, a set of small screwdrivers, our Wi-Fi antenna, and great to see that our drivers are on a USB drive, which is so much more useful than including a CD. We've got 2 different SATA cables. One has a straight connector and one has a right angle connector. And then we've got 2 RGB extension cables. One is for 3-pin 5V ARGB and the other is for 12V RGB. Working along the bottom of the motherboard from left to right, first of all we've got our HD audio connector. Then we've got a 12V 4-pin RGB connector. Next to that we've got a clear CMOS jumper and a 3-pin 5V ARGB connector. And we've got a chassis intrusion connector just above this. Then we've got a connector for a Thunderbolt add-in card and 3 system fan headers. Next to that we've got 2 USB 2.0 headers, followed by another system fan header. Beside that we've got a switch to turn all the LED lighting on the motherboard off, so if your RGB on the motherboard isn't working, make sure you check this switch. Then at the bottom right hand side of the motherboard we've got our front panel connector and speaker header. Working up the motherboard, first of all we've got 6 SATA connectors. Then we've got a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C connector. Above this we've got a forward-facing USB 3.2 Gen 1 connector. We've got our 24-pin connector. Just above this we've got some debug LEDs, followed by another system fan header. Working along the top of the motherboard, first of all we've got another 2 3-pin 5V ARGB headers, bringing the total to 3 in this motherboard. We've then got our pump and CPU fan header. And at the top right hand side of the motherboard we've got 2 8-pin EPS connectors. Our 6th and final system fan header is just to the left of the top M.2 SSD slot. In the middle of the motherboard we've got our LGA 1700 socket and standard mounting holes. The motherboard features a 16+1+1 power design. We've got pretty beefy heat sinks over the VRM and they are connected with a heat pipe. We've got 4 RAM slots and the motherboard can accommodate up to 128GB of DDR5 at 6400 MHz overclocked. We've got a large heatsink over the Z690 chipset. In terms of PCIe slots, we've got 3x16 slots. The top one is Gen 5, while the bottom 2 are Gen 3. And we've also got a Gen 3x1 slot. The motherboard features 4 M.2 SSD slots, and just before I remove the heatsinks, if you take a look at the top heatsink, you'll notice there's a large hole at the right hand side of it, which is designed to give you access to the middle screw in the motherboard without removing the heatsink, which is a really nice feature. If we go ahead and remove the heatsinks, you'll see we have 1 slot behind both the top and middle heatsink, and 2 slots beneath the bottom heatsink. All 4 of the slots will support PCIe Gen 4 speeds, while the bottom 2 slots also support SATA. Taking a look at our rear I/O, it's good to see the motherboard features an integrated I/O shield. Taking a look at the connectors, first of all we've got a flash bias button, then we've got 2 USB 2.0 headers, we've got a HDMI 2.1 and DisplayPort 1.4 header. We've then got 5 USB 3.0 Gen 2 ports. The one with the white outline is the one you're going to want to use if you're going to flash your BIOS. We've then got a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 20GB per second Type-C port and a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet connector. We've then got the antenna for our Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.2. And at the bottom of the motherboard we've got the standard audio connectors for our 8-channel HD audio with Audio Boost 5. So I think you'll agree this is not only a great looking motherboard, but it's a motherboard with some great features, and I'm really looking forward to doing a build with it. You're not going to have to wait too long for that video because right now I'm ready to start building in the Geometric Future Model 8. So you'll find a link to that video in the description. If you have enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscribe button as well. Thanks for watching.